Hey everybody, Spark Taco, and today we're back with another video, and it is the day before the draft. I will definitely be having some videos coming out after the draft, but the day before we have to do our final mock draft. And while I'll admit I don't know a lot about this draft class in the second round, I know what positions they are, and I know about the teams and what they need. So, let's just get right into it, and I'm going to start off at pick 1 with Carolina, and they're going to get Bryce Young. I heard some talk about Will Levis being first. That's stupid. There was talk about CJ Stroud, which is who I originally had first, and that made some sense, but I just think that overall the odds have shifted so much, and I think that it will be Bryce Young. I do think that Houston at pick 2, there was a big thing about them not taking a quarterback. I think that they're taking a quarterback. It was apparently, if you didn't hear, CJ Stroud got an incredibly low score on the S2 cognition test. Apparently, it was a guy from the Houston organization that said that, but the S2 cognition people themselves said that that's not the case, which means that they're trying to get Carolina to pass on him because they want CJ Stroud, case closed. Houston, maybe a pick that not a lot of people agree with, gets CJ Stroud. The third pick with the Cardinals, you get Will Anderson. This is a team expectation draft. This is what I expect to happen, and I don't think that they are that stupid. But at the same time, it's the Cardinals. You hired Jonathan Gannon as your head coach, so you might be stupid enough. But Will Anderson's just a generational talent. He's the best player in the draft whenever you don't account in positional value. Fourth, I have Anthony Richardson going to the Colts. I really think that the Colts should be set in on this guy. Made a huge leap, and he's just a great player. Seems kind of like a boomer bust prospect. I don't actually think that he's going to be either one of those. I think that he's going to be a really solid quarterback and somebody that the Colts should pick up and somebody that the Colts will pick up. With the fifth pick for the Seahawks, it is Tyree Wilson. I know that he's an amazing run stuffer. Yeah, that's about it. He's just good at everything, and Seattle could use a guy like that. And he's just there. I've heard some people say that he can go 2 or 3. So 5 is a pretty nice deal. And Detroit, they might be lucking out the most in this draft. Getting Jalen Carter at number 6. Now, we don't know how Jalen Carter is with the offseason he had, with the... Did he actually kill somebody? If you don't know the Jalen Carter story and you just heard that, that would sound kind of crazy. But, you know, the racing, killing somebody, and, and then showing up and being 9 pounds overweight, it has to take a mental toll on you. But I hope that he can recover. And if he can, this is a steal because he was supposed to go 2 or 3. At Las Vegas's pick, I think that Devon Witherspoon's the pick. And the Raiders have a new GM, so we're not seeing any stupidity coming out of the Raiders with Khalil Farrell at 4 and freaking Damon Arnett at 19. Okay? It's a different regime that's making the draft picks. And Devon Witherspoon, an amazing physical cover corner. With the 8th pick, I have our first trade. It is Atlanta trading back. I used to have it to 17. Now I have it to pick number 16. Washington trades up, and this will include the second-round pick. So Washington's second-round pick is going to Atlanta. And they will select Will Levis. They are getting their hands on the last of the top 4 quarterbacks. In my opinion, a good deal for them. With Chicago, I think that it's going to be Peter Skoronski. I think that the way that he is versatile on the offensive line, he can move around. I think that the Bears will really like that, especially with how many injuries they have and just how bad that offensive line is. And that means that Pittsburgh trades with Philadelphia, which will include the Pittsburgh's later second-round pick 49. They have the Bears' second-round pick 32. Not trading that away, but trading away 49 with Philadelphia, and they are going to get Paris Johnson Jr., just their guy, it seems like. And I think that the Steelers, they have to get one of these big tackles, and they're going to be able to do that. And then Tennessee, they kind of don't luck out. All the quarterbacks are gone. You're not going to pick Hendon Hooker this early. So they do pick Broderick Jones. It's the last of the offensive linemen left. But he still is a solid offensive lineman. One, he is skinny for a lineman. That doesn't actually really mean anything towards if he's good or not. But from all I know is he was on Georgia, and they won a lot. Yeah. Do you think I scout linemen? That's boring. I scout receivers. That's fun. Houston, with the 12th pick, selects Christian Gonzalez. It pretty much just falls into their lap. A corner, pick 12. In my opinion, and this will be a great pick for Houston. Pair along another young corner in Derek Stingley, and in 3 to 5 years, these two could be an amazing tandem. And people forget, Stingley played well until he got hurt. Stingley's actually a pretty good cornerback, especially for his rookie season. With the 13th pick, it will be the Packers, and they will select Jackson Smith-Njigba. The 15th and 13th pick were swapped with the Aaron Rodgers trade. Jackson Smith-Njigba is an amazing receiver, and the Packers need a receiver bad. And I think that this will be a great addition for the Packers. At pick 14, it is New England selecting Brian Branch. I told you guys before, this is a New England style player. The versatility, he can play almost anywhere. Safety, slot corner, anywhere that you need him to play, he can play. And he just seems like a guy that can move around with this Bill Belichick offense. I have Baltimore trading with the New York Jets. So the Jets go down to pick 22. Baltimore goes up to pick 13, 15. This won't include the second round pick because they used to have 2 second round picks. Now they will have 1 with the Aaron Rodgers trade. They don't want to go down to 0. And now that I look at that, actually that'll work. I can just switch that move. Switch that to Green Bay because I did this mock a few days ago. Honestly. And then kind of forgot about it. And now it's 2 hours until I have to go to bed on draft night. But they will get Nolan Smith, a great pass rusher, just able to get around. He seems quick. He seems agile. He seems boom, boom, bam. And he's good. Atlanta, remember they traded back. They get Joey Porter. This scares me a lot. With the Eagles being the next pick and then Atlanta being the pick in front of us. But Joey Porter's a great cover corner, and they need a great cover corner. But with that being said, is it bias? Yeah. Do I care? Absolutely not. With the 17th pick, the Eagles select Bijan Robinson. Please get Bijan Robinson, Howie. Please, I beg you. With the 18th pick, the Lions get Michael Mayer. I think that they need a good tight end to really complete a really good offensive core they're building in Detroit. Just a really good offense in general. And they got some defensive pieces. I mean, this is a good team. This is a good team. The Detroit Lions are a good football team. It's weird. With Tampa Bay, they get Lucas Van Ness. A great pass rusher. Great boom, boom, bam. Yeah, seems like a Tampa Bay style pick. 2 straight offensive linemen that I don't really know too much about. We have Seattle selecting Darnell Wright and the Chargers selecting DeJuan Jones. both those teams, Seattle could use another tackle to go alongside Charles Cross. And DeJuan Jones, I think that the Chargers could also use another offensive lineman. Just overall improve that run game. Maybe with a new offensive lineman, Eckler will want to stay. Who knows? The Jets at 22 get Dalton Kincaid. So the Packers won't help Aaron Rodgers, but the Jets will. And the Jets need a tight end. I'm not trusting CJ Uzomah and Tyler Conklin to get it done for you. But I do expect Kincaid to be pretty good in his rookie year. At 23, I have the Vikings getting Myles Murphy. I just know that he's an edge rusher from Clemson. He's kind of big, and he's good. He's kind of fallen off. I heard him at one point being around 8 to 10, and now he's all the way down here, but still very good player. The Jags gets a amazing pick up in Kalijah Kancey, and I just realized a big problem. There's no Quentin Johnson in this whole mock. But I can fix that on the fly. Let's go. Woo! Kalijah Kancey, great player, great mauler, even though he's a small defensive tackle, great with getting shifty, even at the defensive tackle position. Just something that you don't see out of a defensive tackle, and something that I think that will work that you don't see out of most defensive tackles. The Giants get Deonte Banks. In my opinion, they need a corner, and this would be a great corner to give them. Good coverage, good press, good everything. Except maybe not a great zone corner, but he's good, and the Giants could get somebody kind of good. With Dallas here, I'll switch this pick to Quentin Johnson. Great receiver out of TCU. He's physical, he's fast, yet somehow he's just not that good at physical, like, drills and stuff. But he's physical and he's fast, man. I have the Bills getting Emmanuel Forbes. Seems like they might want another corner. Tre'Davious White, getting up there in age, hasn't been so available lately. And also, who else really do they have that you would be really confident in? Probably nobody. That's why Emmanuel Forbes is the pick. I have Cincinnati selecting Brian Bresee at 28. I just know he's a defensive tackle, and he's good. 29, New Orleans gets Anton Harrison. Again, don't know much about him. All that I know is that they just maybe want some more offensive line help. 30, Philadelphia, Keion White. I love this guy. Yeah, I forced him to Philly. I would have probably taken him at 28 instead. But Keion White, he's so physical. He's a dog. Zay Flowers goes 31 of the Chiefs. I really like this selection for the Chiefs. It seems like Zay Flowers was working out with the Chiefs, and I know that I did just say like 3 days ago that the Chiefs don't need a receiver in the early rounds. Well, guess what? It was 3 days ago. Starting the second round, and Pittsburgh will start this off with Cam Smith, cornerback out of Pitt. Nope. Quarterback out of South Carolina. I just read the thing and it said Pitt Cam Smith. I don't know what just happened. But all I know, good corner. This is kind of where the point of, like, I don't know these guys too well, but I know the position, and I know that the teams need that position. Isaiah Foxy goes to Houston. I did watch this guy. He does seem like a physical freak like Keion White, just maybe not at the same level, but very great physical attributes and very good explosiveness. Arizona gets Osiris Torrance. You need offensive line help. Now we go into two very long names. Indianapolis at 35 gets John Michael Schmitz. He's a good offensive lineman. The Rams, I believe that they need some defensive line. Maybe not help, but just a revamping. You lost Leonard Floyd. You lost Sebastian Joseph Day and Morgan Fox at some point. Felix Anudike Uzama. He's out of a purple school. Kansas State, I think. He's good, apparently. Denver gets a not as hard to pronounce defensive end, B.J. Ojulari. Sorry. You lost Bradley Chubb. You didn't really gain anybody in free agency. You did gain Zach Allen, but you didn't really get anybody else. And who else really is there? That's why I believe they're going to pick up B.J. Ojulari. Seattle want another corner. Keely Ringo, another young corner, go along with Kobe Bryant and Tariq Woolen. The truth is that they don't really need anything else that, like, another pick in the entire second round will give you. Assuming that Tyree Wilson is good. There are a few edge rushers. But, yeah, and speaking of edge rusher, the next pick will be for Carolina. Will McDonald, the fourth out of, I believe, Iowa State. Yeah. Good. New Orleans selects Mossy Smith out of a blue and yellow school, I think Michigan. They might need a space either. They're losing David Onyemata. Cameron Jordan is getting older in age. And while I think that you should target a star maybe next year's draft, for now, just build up that section rotationally. And here I'll make a switch. Tennessee gets Cedric. No, this actually wasn't Stitch. Tennessee gets Cedric Tillman at 41. They want a burner. Yeah, that's about it. The Jets get... Nope, the Packers get... I did this wrong still, and I freaking edited it. The Packers get Steve Avila, offensive lineman out of TCU. They just need an offensive lineman. And another good one. Pretty much for losing Corey Linsley, you never really fully replaced him. And this could maybe be the guy. The Jets at 43 gets Adetomiwa Adebayor. Another defensive lineman, another rotational guy that they can just get in there. Gets good snaps and does good stuff. Atlanta at 44 gets Jordan Addison out of USC. Very good player, very shifty, deep threat, can do a lot of stuff. Goes to Atlanta at 44. 45 is Green Bay again, who will be getting Darnell Washington. They need a tight end, and there is a tight end for you. I have New England trading out of this pick to the Chargers. The Chargers struck gold in this draft, just so you guys know. And the Chargers get Jahmyr Gibbs. They couldn't get Bijan Robinson. I think that you just really need a guy like that that's going to be able to produce for you like that, and Gibbs is a great player. Atlanta gets Derek Hall, the football player. There's a baseball player named Derek Hall. Good edge rusher. You need a good edge rusher. Philly gets a linebacker. I believe actually the first linebacker selected in this entire draft Nope. I skipped a pick. Detroit gets DJ Turner, solid corner. Philly gets Drew Sanders, a linebacker out of Arkansas. Yeah, that's good. I've messed up so many times, but like we're 19 minutes in. You think I'm going to stop? No. You think I'm going to restart? Definitely no. Buccaneers, I actually have them getting Hendon Hooker here. This might not be a very popular opinion. I've heard some people have him as early as the first round. I've had some people say that he's not going to go in day 2 at all. And, I mean, I don't know. But I have him at 50 to the Bucks. The Dolphins get Luke Musgrave, a tight end out of, what's the school that looks like that? Is it Oregon State? I know, I see the logo in my head. Wherever Luke Musgrave is from, my normal computer isn't working. That's why I'm not, like, looking this stuff up on the fly. The Seahawks get Cody Mauch, another offensive lineman. Honestly, the Seahawks had a lot of picks and not a lot of needs. But another offensive lineman. This guy, very versatile, can fit in multiple spots. I have the Bears getting Joe Tippmann. Another offensive lineman that can fit into multiple spots and really help this run scheme. The Chargers strike gold. Jalin Hyatt. Chargers have an amazing draft in my books. Jalin Hyatt, burner receiver. I actually know who this guy is, unlike every single person that is coming up. Burner beast. Jalin Hyatt. Detroit at 55 gets Trenton Simpson, the second linebacker. I think that not only did they not need many other defensive pieces, I think that they could use a linebacker maybe, and this is a solid pick for them. The Jags get Cedric Tillman, a wide receiver out of Tennessee. Just like Jalin Hyatt, he is more of a physical possession kind of wide receiver, and I think that that is something that the Jags could like whenever you have Zay Jones more of a deep route. He could maybe step in as a solid number 3, even his rookie year. The Giants, they get the best player available in Tui Tuipulotu. I just put it down, okay? I just put down something that looked like it. Tuipulotu. Don't know his real name. He's out of USC. He seems kind of good. Dallas, in my opinion, they reach with this pick, but who knows? Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA. I believe that I actually pronounced that one correctly. Just a running back. Yeah, Dallas might want to run him back to back up Tony Pollard. And they're not going to get Bijan. They're not going to get Jahmyr Gibbs, so this is what they settle for. Buffalo gets Jack Campbell, a linebacker, who I just really put here because, again, you don't have many other needs. And linebacker, you can always kind of improve at linebacker. Every single team kind of has a need at linebacker just because, like, linebacker is almost becoming valueless, but I believe that with the new defensive scheme that seemed to work really well last year, the linebacker has become more into this again. Cincinnati, they get a corner because Eli Apple sucks. They get Julius Brent. Don't even know where he went. I just was like, Cincinnati needs a corner. Filtered down a list. Chicago gets Noah Sewell, linebacker. You could always use a linebacker, even though you did sign to this offseason. The Eagles get Tyreek Stevenson, who's a corner. The Eagles, you have an older defensive back room. You might want to switch into a newer kind of guy who has time to develop behind these two. And then the final pick in the draft, Byron Young, defensive end. Not Bryce Young, Byron Young goes to the Chiefs. They might just want an edge rusher, especially because, like, there's always something going on with Frank Clark. He's either too good, too bad, or arrested. You could always just use another defensive end. that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure that you drop a like and subscribe. And I will see y'all in 2 days. 3 days probably for my draft grades. Let's see what actually happens. Peace.